Warning, the following audio transmission is based on theory and is intended for entertainment purposes only. It's Doomsday and its affiliates will not be held liable for anything your dumbass does. Listener discretion is advised.
No, I totally get it, man. I could get on board with that. So for those of you out there that are listening to the downloaded episode, we are now into part 2. Jake and I, if you missed part 1, go back, listen to that. But Jake and I are into talking about Prepstock. We're now in the part 2 of this, and we're into the food side of this, trying to figure out, you know, what we should do, what's going to go on, and what the best method is to do with this. If you guys are unfamiliar with Prepstock, you can get your tickets by going to www.prepstock.ticketleap.com. You can get your tickets there. This event is taking place October 6th through the 9th in Townsend, Tennessee. This is over Columbus Day weekend. And go find out more information on the website. There's schedules there. Everything's there. And for those of you just joining us, we're going to go through the schedule one more time. And if I leave something out, please let me know, because I don't have the complete schedule in front of me, so I'm going a lot based off memory, because I'm awesome like that. I just got to find the schedule, Jake. Hold on. Here it is. All right. So right now we got going on is Communications 101, Herbal Remedies, Beekeeping, Ammunition Reloading, Apothecary, Self-Defense, Hands-on Communication, Canning, a jerky making perfection class, Apocalypse Leadership, Bug Out Bags, and Doomsday Mentality. So this is what we got going on so far. Things are probably going to get added to this, so if anybody out there is interested in coming, again, this is in Townsend, Tennessee, outside of Knoxville.
I'd like to vote to change the jerky title to Jerk It to Perfection.
Jerk It to... Well, I mean... So with the kind of guy that Clarky is, I don't know if he would take offense to that, if he wouldn't understand the joke, or he would be like, that's pretty good. I don't know.
I think it's funny.
I think it's great. What's up, Iron Mike? How are you? They cannot prepare for a short weekend. What will they do when shit hits the fan? Okay, so let's get into that statement right there, B-Man. So a lot of people complained last year about, and they're still complaining about, the sleeping arrangements, because this is like a shared sleeping. Like, it's like kind of like military style bunks, and it's one room with like 16 bunk beds in it. And then there's another room that has like 12, and then there's another one that has like 20. So there's like some individual rooms with a ton of bunk beds, and those are how the sleeping arrangements are. A lot of people didn't like that. And I got to thinking to myself, something that happens very common in this country and many other countries around the world is when there's disasters, there's hurricanes, there's tornadoes, there's lockdowns. People always gather together at community buildings, and they're sleeping on the floor. Right? They're all in one big room. A lot of the time, there are, you know, the plumbing stops working, the water starts working, and these people are walking through each other's poo to go take a poo. It's horrible, right? So if you can't handle this, how are you going to handle things when shit really breaks bad? If you need to look at this in any way, shape, or form, this is a great training exercise. Exactly. See, that's what Rifle said. It sucked. I had 16 beds to myself. So Rifle ended up getting into one room there that had 16 empty bunks.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
One bed for each article of clothing.
Right. There you go. Welcome in, Shelby. The best way to prepare for a hurricane is to get vaccinated. Yes, Mike, it is.
That's what I've heard. I heard it's really effective.
So, for those of you guys that are out there listening and are considering getting tickets and you're wondering more about the sleeping arrangements, guys, if you're worried about like noise from other people, you can bring your plugs. There's plenty of outlets for plugging in a fan so you can get that white noise effect. I slept fine. The room I slept in was pretty packed. I think there might have been one or two empty bunks, okay? And it was like silent most of the night. I didn't hear anything. I was totally fine.
I'm just going to bring a taser, so anytime somebody wakes me up, I'm just going to zap them.
There you go.
We'll just train them over the weekend to not make any noise. You know, it'll work.
Also, watch out for those Midwest hurricanes. Yeah. So, no, but also right now there are still 4. If you're out there and you're like, hey, I don't know if I want to come to the event. I don't want to do the shared sleeping. If you go to the website, www.prepstock.ticketleap.com, there are still 4 tent camping sites available, and we're allowing up to 5 people in each tent campsite. All right. So if you decide that's what you want to do, you don't want to do the shared sleeping, you'd rather sleep in a tent, we still have 4 sites available for people to book and come that way, right? As far as things go within the lodge, guys, it's pretty quiet. There's plenty of ways to make background noise or make white noise. Like if you hear someone snoring a room away, you know, that might be a thing, Jake. We might need like to put the white noise sleepers together and just have like 8 box fans going.
I could deal with that. That'd be fine.
Yeah. So I like my white noise, you know.
I do too. I mean, if I really want to sleep, like sometimes I'll play like the beach sounds, like the ocean. And once that plays for 10 or 15 minutes, boom, I'm out. I'm good to go.
So interestingly enough, my wife was telling me, because I sleep with like the fan on or something running every night, like I can't sleep in total silence. It doesn't work for me. And I found out, dude, that sleeping next to running water, like camping by a creek or something, works way better. What's up, Joker? Welcome in, man.
Are you looking for something kick-ass to add to your closet? Reaper has the hookup for t-shirts, hoodies, button-ups, hats, beanies, and plenty of other badass products. You can check out Reaper Apparel Company at www.reaperapparelco.com and use code DOOM10 for 10% off. Jester only stands behind brands he believes in, and Dan at Reaper Apparel has a mission, and Jester is on board. Go check out www.reaperapparelco.com today and use code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire order. Why be a sheep when you can reap? Use code DOOM10 for 10% off at www.reaperapparelco.com today.
The problem with the Revolutionary War was there wasn't enough airports. This is true. So anyway, to get back to this, my wife read an article that stated that people that need white noise to sleep suffered from childhood loneliness. Like it's a psychological thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I love my white noise at night. Yeah. I imagine all our kids in a room sleeping with 16 other people. So what I was kind of thinking, and I was kind of thinking like, you know, to go to what Alexa said, would it be better or worse to put families together with all the kids? Because would the kids just keep each other going all night? Like, how would that work?
Well, if they keep each other going all night, that's probably good for the day, because then they'll just crash during the day because they'll just run themselves to exhaustion.
I mean, what we could do is we could put all the kids in one room together and just let them go at it.
Yeah, why not?
You know, eventually they'll pass out, whether it's on the floor or on the bed. They'll eventually their batteries will die.
Eventually, they have to.
Jake might need one of those campsites. I believe it would definitely be fueling off each other's energies. Yeah, probably. That might happen. So I was surprised. My kids last year, they did a lot of running around. I want to say till about like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then they were just done because there was so much good. They were burning out so much energy during the day running around and following their mom around and going to the expo. They were done. they were done for in the evenings. But I mean, so that's the other thing too. Like, we're at a camp where everybody can go run around outside, and there's hiking trails to go hiking, and there's things to do. You know, so a lot of these, it's not like the kids are sitting inside building up that energy all day. They're actually going out and burning some of this up, you know. So
It's needed, so it'd be fine either way.
I mean, we have the melatonin gummies for the kids. Like, whenever it's like they are fired up, and it's like, you know, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and they're just, you know, not calming down. We give them melatonin sometimes, and that works great. Not all the time, though. We're not trying to have these kids have a melatonin dependency.
Yeah, we don't really do that. We just send them to bed, whether they like it or not. It's bedtime.
I wish I would. Well, sometimes that works for us, but it's not too often, right?
It works.
So for the other thing too, and I wanted to talk about these couple things. First off, let's go back to the Friday night potluck for a second. I would love to do the Friday night potluck. So if you're out there listening online, definitely send me an email. Let me know. It's doomsdaypodcast@gmail.com. If you are attending the event and you do want to participate in the potluck, if you think it's a good idea, email me, let me know. And then the other thing is, for those of you guys that don't know, if you do buy a ticket, you're automatically entered to win a fire pit. We are doing a fire pit giveaway, and that's only for the people that show up. If you buy a ticket, you don't show, you don't get this. We are not mailing these out. We're not doing that. Chloroform is just advanced melatonin. Wow, dude. I mean, technically, he's not wrong. And then here's the other thing that was brought up to me too. So we're not allowed to have fires in the actual campsite, but we do have a big community fire pit. Everybody's more than welcome to cook around the fire pit. You can absolutely do that. The other thing that was brought to my attention today by local prepper, what was I going to say here? He mentioned people bringing their own camp stoves so they could do their own cooking outside of things if they want. We have a deck there, right? There's a deck outside. If the kitchen's clogged up and you're like, hey, I just want to go outside and make a couple eggs, you know, that's it. Do speakers get entered to win? No, they do not. If you want to play, you got to pay, right? I'm trying to incentivize ticket sales. If they know that there's people that are being speakers that aren't getting tickets, they won't buy they won't be as interested. Right?
Bug just flew in my mouth, almost.
You should have let him in there, dude. And then again, there's the idea of doing this, you know, snack fun thing. I would really like to. I'd like to figure out a way, maybe what I could do, and this could be a thing. I hate to add more tickets to the website, but maybe we can add like snack tickets into the website where people can go in, like make them like $1 a piece, and they could buy as many as they want to go into a snack fund. So we could just go out and buy a bunch of goodies for the event.
So like a commissary.
Yeah. Last year what we did was we ended up acquiring some money last year right before the event, and I went out and it wasn't enough to cover everything, but I went out and spent like $500 at Sam's Club, and we got cookies and turnovers, and we had a bunch of goodies, man. And that was like the coolest thing ever, just to have that stuff laying around there to snack on. Like, we had a ton of snacks last year, right?
We did.
Yeah.
I think we had.
Oh, yeah, we definitely did. Well, I mean, I also bought for the idea of 60 people being there, and we had about 30.
Do you have enough food in your pantry for when disaster strikes? Go to www.readywise.com and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off your entire food order. ReadyWise offers long-term food storage items such as chicken and beef that last up to 15 years. But that's not all. Go to www.readywise.com and use our code DOOM10 for 10% off of organic food as well. Offering chili, pasta, and soups, they have you covered. Did we mention they have fruits? Bananas, blueberries, strawberries, and apples, just to name a few. With many more food options for your home, car, or bug-out bag, ReadyWise has your six. Go to www.readywise.com now and utilize code DOOM10 for 10% off.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's
That's
not. Yeah, I agree. So for those of you guys that are on Clapper that want to know a little bit more of the layout of the lodge and where this place is, my latest video posted over here on Clapper shows the inside of the lodge. It shows the kitchen, things that we have there, so you guys can get a better sense of what this place is going to be like before you go out and you get your tickets, right? And I'm really going to be, and I'm telling you guys, everybody out there that's listening online right now or it's listening to this live, there is a limited amount of tickets at the price they are now. Once those tickets go, they will go up in price, all right? Because we have to compensate as we get closer to the event. Tickets have been up right now for approximately 5.5 months. We still have some left at the discounted price, but once these few go, we're going to have to figure out that, they are going to go up a little bit. I like your dog there, Jake.
She is loving the attention at the moment. You want to say hi to her?
Hi, doggy. I don't know your dog's name.
Her name's Renzo.
Renzo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely loving the attention. So the other thing about the event is I did have a meeting with ReadyWise. They're supposed to be hooking us up with things for the event, all right? What that all entails at the moment, I do not know. Blackbeard mentioned something about hooking us up for the event as well. So I'm going to be getting back with them. I have another meeting coming up with ReadyWise, I think, next month. And we're actually doing video meetings with ReadyWise now. We are doing a lot for ReadyWise through its Doomsday podcast. So a lot of people are using our discount codes. Guys, keep using those. We are growing to one of the top tier people at ReadyWise with ReadyWise affiliates. We're getting up there. So definitely.
Is there going to be coffee at this event?
There is going to be coffee at the event. Yes, we have an awesome partner, an awesome affiliate. We have the Bearded Bean Coffee Company. If you guys are interested in that, you can go to beardedbeancoffeecompany.com and utilize code DOOM15 for 15% off. And actually, I was going to make this the one thing I was going to do, man, and I thought about this, is, we're going to need coffee at the event, right? And my thought was, sure, we could have people bring in like Folgers or Maxwell House, but I don't want any of that buster-ass, peasant-ass, nasty shit-ass coffee at this event. So I figured, what the hell? We'll get the Bearded Bean in there, dude. So, yeah, we will provide Bearded Bean coffee will be provided. I will get that ordered. I will have that there. But there is going to be a limit. You think 10 pounds of coffee would do it for the event?
That's fine as long as we don't get none of that joke-ass, broke-ass coffee.
Joke-ass, broke-ass coffee? Yeah, dude, none of that shit. So we'll figure out how much we need for that event. I feel like 10 pounds would be fine, and then I'll just bring home whatever's left. Way, Shelby, Bearded Bean Coffee.
I think there'd probably be plenty. I'm sure that'd be enough. Come on. There you go.
No coffee for me. Well, that's more for me, dude. Yeah, we'll have the Bearded Bean Coffee at the events. For those of you who haven't tried it, I want what's left. I'll fight you for it, Shelby.
Yeah, you guys are hooked up. You're all set to go.
12 cups a morning each. Yeah, so you guys will drink, yeah. Yeah, we'll do 10 pounds. I feel like that'll be sufficient for the event. And if we run out, we run out. I don't think we will, though. I think we'll be fine with that.
Don't act like you know how much coffee we drink in a day.
And then I'm trying to think. Jake, what are your thoughts on things, man?
About Prepstock in general?
Yeah, about Prepstock in general. We got approximately 15 minutes left here.
I'm just excited for it, dude. It was awesome last year. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to keep doing it as long as you keep doing it.
Next year, we are moving the event. That's for sure. We're not going to do it at Wesley Woods again. We are going to move it for next year. But there's reasonings for that we're going to discuss at this Prepstock. We're going to discuss why it's being moved and where it's being moved to. All right. I'm trying to think here. To
underground bunker somewhere in Schenectady. We'll give you guys the location only via navigational coordinates. and you'll have to use your own GPS system to locate it, and it's only marked by the air vents in an obscure place in underground. So it's a big change.
Now, okay, here's the thing about the alcohol at the event. Alcohol is not allowed at the event. That is the camp rule. That is not my rule. However, with everybody's kids running around and stuff like that, I would prefer that everybody would remain sober anyway, right? That would be my thought on it. We had people consume alcohol last year, and they really kept it under the radar. I didn't notice it. Nobody was walking around a sloppy mess. I only know of like two or maybe three people that were secretly drinking, right? And nobody got out of hand. I wasn't drinking. I was like sober as a bird the whole time, just sitting there all quiet.
That's true.
Watch out for the guards in the ghillie suits at the new location. Yes, exactly. End of the event, MMA style fight. The reward is coffee. Jake, are you going to bring different flavors? So I'm going to put the order and I'll cover the coffee.
You can't watch out for the ghillie suits because you can't see them. So how can you watch out for them if you can't see them in the first place? They're really good. They're trained.
This is true, Minnie. This is very true. So yeah, I mean that's about everything I have so far for this year's Prepstock.
Fire is one of the most basic essentials for survival. Whether you're camping, hiking, or preparing for disaster, Blackbeard has your six. Go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code DoomsDay for 10% off your entire purchase. Blackbeard offers stormproof matches, plasma arc lighters, fire starters, and ferro rods, all of which are great for your bug out bag. Once again, go to www.blackbeardfire.com and utilize code Doomsday for 10% off your entire purchase.
I really wanted to get this event out there to the listeners and allow them to kind of get a handle on what's going on, let them find out more information about the event. And guys, for those of you that are out there listening online, when you find this event, when you go to this website, if you're listening online, I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in California, Connecticut, Texas. I don't care where you live. People do travel for these events. It is something that happens. So if you could just do me a favor, go to that website, prepstock.ticketleap.com, click on the share to social media tab, and you could share this out to your social media because we need to sell. We got to sell about 20 more tickets before we break even. Right now, we are in the hole $1,650 for covering the cost of the event. So just to break even at the moment, we need to sell about 22 more tickets. If we don't break even and I got to take a little bit of a hit, that's okay, but I don't want to take a $1,600 hit. That's too much.
Thanks, Biden.
Yeah. Just bring a paintball gun and shoot at the lumps on the ground. There you go. I am in for the MMA. Shelby says, I wasn't drinking. No, Shelby, I knew you weren't drinking. Yeah, so that's basically it in the nutshell, guys. As far as things go there, when you show up that Friday, just to run through everything again, you'll show up that Friday approximately 5 p.m., meet and greet, room selection, unload vehicles, park your vehicles. We will have golf carts on site with a couple people that'll be running around transporting people back and forth. That'll be happening. And then we'll also have, after the meet and greet, we'll do either the potluck or some campfire cooking. Depends on what our feedback looks like for the potluck. Saturday, we'll wake up. The events will start. They'll run from about 9 to about 6 p.m. And then after that, again, campfire cooking, possibly potluck, figure out the food thing. The same will happen on Sunday with a few things thrown in there, like some games or some other things to do, right? Possibly some night ops. We're still playing with some ideas here. And then Monday morning, I know a lot of people are going to vacate Sunday night that don't want to stay over the extra night, and that's fine. That's no problem. So Monday morning is going to consist of, everybody packing up, everybody leaving, possibly having coffee, finishing up breakfast, stuff like that, and then attempting to get the lodge in really good shape and cleaned before we leave so we can get the cleaning deposit back, right? Because we want to get that back because there is a cleaning deposit we do get back if it's pretty much spotless. I know a way to make some huge amounts of Jell-O for some wrestling. Nice. But I don't want to use lime flavored ever again. Green Shrek people for days. That sounds kind of awesome. I have a lot of ideas on night operations. Dude, text them to me, B-Man. Let me know what they are. We'll see what we can work into the list. So, again, whatever we're adding into the event needs to be extremely cheap or absolutely free because we are in the red right now. This does need promoted. We do need to sell tickets. And if you guys are out there, and I wanted to throw this out to you too, if you guys are out there and you're in the Tennessee area and you're like, hey, I don't want to do the lodge thing. Hey, I don't want to do the shared sleeping thing. We have daytime tickets available. All right. So you can go and you could buy just those daytime tickets to just come out for the days. Are the classes in the lodge. So the classes are going to be in two places. There's a pavilion there and there's a mess hall. So some classes will take place in the pavilion. Some classes will take place in the mess hall. We have access to both those areas, right? If for whatever reason, if weather's bad and there's like nasty sideways rain, then we will utilize the lodge and the mess hall for some classes, right? If we're getting that nasty sideways rain or if it's extremely cold. Last year, it was perfect at that time of year, right?
It was fantastic.
Right.
When were you going to tell me that you removed the march to the Capitol in full regalia and try to be cool like Patriot Front? You didn't. You removed it and just didn't tell me. I was really looking forward to marching to the Capitol with my shield and stuff.
Wait, what? I didn't know that was on the Prepstock agenda. Could you imagine marching from Townsend to D.C.? Damn.
Yep. I got to be cool like people on the internet. I'm just, of course, I'm making a joke. We're not marching to the Capitol, guys.
Okay, so I don't really give you guys a lot of TV or movie recommendations, but I started watching this new show, Jake. It's called Designated Survivor. Have you seen this yet?
I have.
What do you think of it?
I think a lot of Hollywood movies and television tend to foretell the future, only exaggerated in various different ways, but ultimately conveying the message.
I'm about 3 or 4 episodes into that right now, and I'm pretty pleased with the show so far.
Want to be a guest on the show? Email itsdoomsdaypodcast@gmail.com. That's itsdoomsdaypodcast@gmail.com.
There's a lot of shows like that recently that have come out. Utopia, you should watch that one. I believe it can still be found on Prime. I'm watching one now called Upload that is also on Amazon Prime. It's a TV series.
Is that where the dude wrecks his car and they upload him to like the mainframe?
Yep, they upload his consciousness to basically the cloud in a virtual reality simulation for the rest of his life. But there's just some very telling instances in the background for people who remember the content I used to make. You have to keep your eyes open and watch for these things because they always, in every show, in every movie, they drop all these little signals and signs and things, just these little things that hit you in the subconscious. But in like the first episode, there's a first scene in an apartment, and as one of the characters walks into the apartment down the hallway, there's a sign behind their head that says Oprah Kamala 2024.
Oh, wow.
As like a presidential poster. But also they hint toward like Bitcoin and like Dogecoin and just various technical things. But you remember the conversation you and I had about, imagine one day like virtual reality or augmented reality being the thing that instead of you dying, AI makes a projection of who you are based on your social media profile and uploads that consciousness to the cloud. That's literally what this is. They made a show out of that.
So, Jake, let me ask you this before we get out of here, because we only got a few more minutes left here. What's going on with your show, dude? How's it doing?
It was the most, but now it's one of the most watched shows on Tubi. I think we were number 1 5 or 6 weeks in a row.
Nice.
My episodes are coming, but I'm not sure when. But it's only on Tubi. As far as the short film that I did, I haven't gotten a release date on that yet, so I'm still waiting on that. But right now, I'm just working on all my usual background projects.
Gotcha. Okay. Rock on, man. Well, listen, dude, that's it. We're going to get out of here. Before we do, one more time, the website, www.prepstock.ticketleap.com. Go there, get your tickets now while they're still available. And, Jake, you got anything else you want to throw at anybody before we get out of here?
Well, I want to throw a lot of things at you, but I try not to because I'm a nice person. Mostly poo, but you get enjoyment out of that, so I have to go to other extreme measures.
Yeah, I do.
I'm running out of sharp things to throw at you.
Oh, God. All right. Well, that's it, guys. We're out of here. For everybody that came in, we're supposed to be back doing these lives every Monday night. We'll try to be back next Monday with another live.
This is an emergency action message. At approximately 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, NORAD is tracking 15 ICBM nuclear missiles inbound to the following cities: Orlando, Miami, Pittsburgh, Dover, Newark, Richland, Philadelphia, New York City, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Boston, Seattle, Detroit. This is an extremely deadly situation. Stay tuned. The next emergency message will be a presidential address.